So, next, probably one which some of you may want to watch already, even before I mention it. What if I was Yamcha? Well, so I made Goku, Vegeta, King Vegeta, well, Kakarot, Vegeta, King Vegeta, Ginyu, Cell. Well, let's go with Yamcha. I wake up and I'm in the middle of a desert, which is filled with giant mushrooms. Yamcha the Desert Bandit. And in front of me, there is a small monkey kid. Obviously, and a small monkey kid with which is who is cosplaying as Goku. Is Goku? Oh, he's a dream probably. And he is sort of standing there in front of me, and I'm like, oh, alright. So I stop holding that saber and I leave it. I take my attention away from it. And I'm like, this is very strange. So, what is going on? I have memories of two different lives. Yes, this cannot be a dream. Maybe I'm crazy? Probably I gone crazy. But if I'm right, then they are searching for the Dragon Balls. How strange. So, instead of attacking Goku, I joined the group very awkwardly because especially Yamcha on the Yamcha side looks at Bulma and is like, oh my gosh, she's a girl. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Bulma. How is that even possible? So, but how do I join the group? Well, I'm like, hey, maybe you all want some help. You know, this is dangerous, right? And Bulma is like, oh, I don't know. It's just cute. He's cute though. So, yeah, you can come. What's your name? Hello, I'm Yamcha. Oh, hmm. And then I'm like, oh, she's looking at me like that. Hmm. Like the one on the right. Wait. So after some awkward moments, the journey continues. We have here the list of episodes. So this will be the same from here. Yes, it's episode 5. We are at episode 5 right now, to be really precise. And, well, there's the problem with Ulon, but I probably managed to stop him. I don't trust him already. Yeah, he tries to sort of left left us as slave to steal Dragon Balls or something. Nothing very relevant. And then we get to Fire Mountain. I know precisely that we are not going to get the Dragon Ball right away. And we need to go back to Master Roshi. But still, I have no. I don't want to reveal that I have that knowledge. So I don't. So instead, what happens next? That everything goes like the original, pretty much. Yes. because I don't want to draw too much attention yet. Now what happens is that in episode, well, will be about episode 10. Yes, when they arrive at Pilaf Castle, I pretty much told Boer to stay away from the castle, and if they come out to make the wish, he needs to get to where they're making the wish. Yes, and wish to the dragon really quickly. Make Yamcha into a Saiyan, like Broly. Example, like saying, no, turn Yamcha into the type of Saiyan that Broly is. Turn Yamcha into the type of Saiyan that Broly is. And I keep repeating it to Boar so gets it. And is a she? Well, anyway, it's a weird creature. So, and says, turn Yamcha into the, the type of Saiyan that Broly is. And I'm like, yeah, turn Yamcha to the type of Saiyan that Broly is. Exactly. That's exactly what you need to say. And if you do that, even if we are prisoners and even if they got us, we will be alright because I will be powerful enough to deal with them. You just need to do that. You just need to make that wish. That's all you need to do, Poor. And Poor is like, yeah, Yamcha, you don't worry. I don't understand what it means, but you don't worry. Thanks, friend. Thanks. Thanks, friend. No. Let's go. So I join Bulma and Oolong and Goku, who are entering Pilaf Castle to get the final Dragon Ball. We end up prisoners. Pilaf prison. And timely enough, even after Goku had made that hole in the wall with the Kamehameha wave, Emperor Pilaf prison. The wish is granted, even before Oolong has time to fly away. And I feel different. I feel powerful, in a sense. Not very powerful, but I feel different. I feel like I won a proper fight. And right now, I wouldn't be dressing like this. I will be dressing like this, but a tail will grow. Will grow breaking through the back of my pants and go like, and just grow there. And Bulma will be like, what is that? Bulma, this is. Oh, this is Tron display. So I try to move like the tail and kind of moves, sort of enough to coil it around myself, around my around here or so. And then just turn around and break the other wall. Not the wall that Goku opened up with the Kamehameha wave. Because if I did so, I will turn into a Nosaru, like Goku. Well, like Goku is probably going to turn in no time. That's not good. Instead, I start breaking the other wall and making my way through the castle to the interior of it. Glad? Glad no. It's a bit too late for Goku. He does turn into a giant monkey and starts obliterating the top of the castle. But we have time to escape, running really quickly. Oolong had already escaped, so I only need to protect Bulma, and perhaps restore her hearing later on with the Dragon Balls if she lost it. After the giant monkey started breaking everything around us, well, near us, and I was punching walls, which you can imagine that creates such a noise that maybe my key is avoiding it, but if not, the noise will be so great that it will obliterate her hearing forever. She will probably be deaf, or not deaf, but temporarily at least, with every punch. But still, no, not really very powerful or anything. It's just that I use a bit of rage, so I punch and I punch and I punch, or I kick, and I can kick some walls after a long time because my power level goes up by several times, by 5 or so. Instead of being like 10, it's more like 50, and it's probably enough to destroy walls if I kick them quite hard. Maybe punch them, but not many times because it damages my hand. I don't know this technique yet. Well, I could try to replicate it, but not yet. So I've escaped with Bulma, and Bulma looks at me like, Bulma, no, you saved me. And they're like, oh, no, Bulma, don't have my arm like that. Anyway, let's go. We need to rescue the rest. All the while, there's this giant monkey going like, destroying everything. So Pilaf and the whole Pilaf gang ran away. And Noodle and Poor are coming to us, and we are sort of staring at rampaging Goku and going like, what shall I do, Yamcha? Probably, I'm going for the Dragon Ball laws of physics. So in Dragon Ball laws of physics, even though there's a freaking monkey destroying a castle nearby, you somehow can talk to each other. You shouldn't be able to because the noise will be so incredible that you need to yell like a maniac. Maybe you don't hear it. Still, because it's only a giant monkey and maybe it hits the walls very slowly compared with the supersonic thing, so it's not that noisy, it doesn't create those supersonic sounds or explosions or anything, it's more like demolition type of thing. But this is still unsettling. I'm like, what should we do? I don't want to blow up the moon. That cannot be good. Guys, we should sleep. Yeah, Goku will be right now. He's a giant monkey, but believe me, he will be alright eventually. And then Poor's like, yeah, well, let's go. Let's go. Bulma looks back one more time at the giant monkey, and then we all run away. Obviously, I need to hold myself back to not jump. Well, not jump really far. I run next to them. And that's where the adventure ends. On the next day, at least, when Goku is back to normal, Goku is back to being a very dumb but endearing kid. After a long rampage. Long rampage. Yup, long rampage. All of it, all of the castle All of the surrounding area and even some mushrooms are destroyed by Goku. Whose shape form is remarkably strong, even though it's supposed to have a power level of like 100, but still, a 200 power level can destroy the moon, so it's quite something. We, we just kind of live, but and now the thing is that both, well, Yamcha would certainly like Bulma, and I don't have a reason to say no to the Yamcha part because why would I? There's no point to it. I mean, main Yamcha now apparently, so what's the problem? So then I will go with Bulma to West City, and Goku will go on his way with the Dragon Raider, which is a problem because I need it. So Bulma says that she will just make another one because she knows how to make it. She has the blueprints. So I'm like, alright, because I need to make another wish. So, alright. So I thank Bulma. Oh, thanks, Bulma. Oh, it's nothing. You moron. Oh, dummy? No, she will say dummy. You dummy. It's nothing, you dummy. Yeah, she will say it like that. You dummy. So, pretty much nothing very significant happens aside from me trying to hold back my anger each time I find a chocolate bar that, or no, a peanut butter that's like 80% peanut butter, not 90 and something percent. I'm like, oh, peanut butter is 80%. Bum, 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 bum. No, but seriously. So we jump to the next arc, pretty much. The next arc, well, it happens a year later. She'll have the timeline or something, right? But still, Goku will be training. I don't need to. I already know the Kamehameha wave thanks to remembering what Goku did and practicing by myself. And it's strong enough. So no problem. I don't need the training of that old man right now. Only several days after the Goku going into Ultra Reform incident, we cut off his tail and Bulma made color for me. Color, and she has the shock control. Take into account that just like in the it's not shown in the Broly movie, but there's no color that can exist in Dragon Ball aside from something made by the gods that can stop me from breaking it. If I really want to and I'm really enraged, nothing from Earth aside from other planets maybe, but nothing from Earth aside from stuff made by Dr. Jiro. Bulma is not going to make something indestructible. It's going to be very strong, and it's going to be strong enough that I don't break it by accident. But just like Broly will do, I will allow it to shock me. Broly may look like, oh no, he's so bad that he's getting shocked with the shock color. No, he wants to do it. And you need to understand what's going on in the mind of Broly, sort of. Yeah, this shit is Brock right now. You need to understand that that shock color, even though it looks so sad, it looks like he's always scared of it. No, that's the thing that keeps his father alive. So he wants to get electrocuted with it. Even though he knows it's going to hurt and prepares for it, he doesn't break. It's the same thing this time. And I'm allowing it to deal damage. Just like Broly does. Broly could do so that this tiny electricity doesn't do any damage to him. Just needs to protect himself with his aura, and that's it. It's not going to damage him. It's just some electricity. Don't be ludicrous. He wants to do it because that's the way to protect the ones he loves, the ones he cares about. So it will be the same. Then with Broly, it will be the same sort of shock color type of thing. Alright, now let's go back to the future. Because I explained in this tiny addition the stuff that I had forgotten to say in the previous one, because I went over the nearly or a year after the start of Dragon Ball at that point, nearly sort of passing over the barely nothing happening year, except for Goku and Krillin. But now it's clarified. The very day that the Dragon Balls became active, giving no time to the Red Ribbon Army to gather any of them, I fly in one of Bulma's planes, which I learned how to fly in that time. Because I don't know how to fly myself, even though I should. Yes, I should learn, alright. I will learn one of those days, but I don't need to right now. I have one flying car or something from Bulma. It's not like I like it totally to accept just a car from her, but it's better than just running around or driving a normal car. So I fly my way through all the Dragon Balls, just gathering all of them. Once I have all of them, I wish for something. Not you may think that I will ask for knowledge right now, but no, I will ask for something else. That will be next time. Right now, I ask, I wish. Sometimes I confuse ask with wish because I interpret it as asking the dragon to do something for me. So making a wish is not. There's no difference for me. Like making a wish and asking the dragon is like it's the same thing. So I sort of confuse it and say ask instead of wish. But you know what I mean. So I wish for the immortality thing. But not the stupid thing about, oh, I want to be immortal. No, no. I want the power to grant immortality to whoever I wish, and with the different conditions and combination of conditions as I wish. Immortality by reviving after death automatically in a given specified location. Immortality with reference to some location, not in a given location, because the earth is moving. And you understand, or you understand what I'm saying. It just in case I don't want to end up in a space because I wanted to reappear in front of Council Corp, but Council Corp has moved a lot in the last year, maybe. So I reappeared in the middle of a space. That's not a good idea. No. The next one, then there's the immortality, the immortality, the type of regeneration, kind of like the Boo has, like you can be destroyed if you're destroyed totally, and the immortality that's the eternal youth only, the immortality that's yes, immortality, yes, regeneration plus you revive when you die. So maybe I don't need to wish for that. I can just combine regeneration with revive after you die and set the location at the same location that you are right now. So if you get obliterated, you will reappear in the same place. So I don't need to. I just need the eternal youth immortality, revival automatically immortality, and regeneration immortality, and then I can combine them as a wish so. So no, and then the eternal youth has another part. So four of them. That is the perfect body condition. So instead of saying eternal youth to like an old man or something, and then they just turn into young. Maybe perfect body condition means that if they don't want to be that young, or as they want the body condition to be, they will maybe have eternal youth, but not eternal youth, but as an old person because they want to be like that. You understand? So it's all those four things, all that compressed into a very thought out wish. So the wish is granted after this very long speech that I give to the dragon because I need to really make sure that there's no errors. Hmm. Obviously, what do you expect of a programmer? No, I don't want errors. That is done. No, I make a lot of them. But anyway, that is done. And the first thing I do is go to Bulma and go like, mm, give her the revival thing that revives her in front of Castle Corp. No, inside Castle Corp, like maybe in her room, maybe in front, maybe in the yard of Castle Corp. But if she dies, she will just reappear there. Whoa, Grub, Castle Grub. Yeah, it's Castle Grub. Funny. She will just reappear there. I do the same thing with Krillin and Goku. Maybe Goku doesn't want to have immortality, but it's convenient if you die to just be revived. I'm doing this because I don't want to spend wishes in reviving Krillin later on. Yeah, seriously, it's so annoying. Like, why do I have to? Why do always people have to spend wishes on reviving Krillin instead of making him immortal and just living there? Like, hey, I don't worry, he will come back anyway because I know he's going to die somehow. So, and he could die somehow too. So I apply the same thing to me because I'm Yamcha after all. So I guess that I should be careful, really careful. No, the Dragon Balls are inactive, so the Red Ribbon Army sort of stands around and has nothing to do aside from kidnapping innocent people and kill some of them and do stuff that army. What the fuck? Why did it change? Why did it change position? I was trying to fucking write. Oh, maybe I dodged the wrong thing. No. Can I say fucking in YouTube? No. Perhaps no. Huh. Ludicrous. Anyway, this is nearly as ludicrous as no blood in Dragon Ball Super. Okay, so the Red Ribbon Army. That's for Goku to deal with. He but he should be dealing with them right now. Yeah, right now because well, nearly right now because now it's going to be the tournament and then he should search for them and get them. But if he doesn't stop them now, what are they going to do? They're certainly gonna rule the world, probably, unless Giro makes 600. I really don't care that much about them because I'm not sure what the hell they are. Because from one side, there's this guy who looks like Font Himmler. There's this guy who's like some homosexual Nazi. And then there are freaking Frankenstein, and yeah, I don't know. And there's Arnold Schwarzenegger that has gone Terminator and somehow evil here. So I'm not sure about them. They're a really weird group. So they're not like normal communists or normal Nazis or normal enterprise. They're just like a bunch of sort of guys who want to take over the world and just go like, hey guys, let's take over the world. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. So I'm not sure they even have I'm not sure what is their ideology. What is their tax? That how are they going to tax people? What are they going to be like policy if they take over the world? How much are they going to I don't know, boost or eliminate social security programs? How are they going to affect infrastructure? I know nothing. At least as a fan, I know nothing, so I'm going to say that as a Yamcha, I know nothing about them in the sense of their anything aside from their somehow wanting to take over the world for reasons. Because why are they taking over the world? Do they have an ideology or something? Because they don't seem to have an ideology. They seem to have like I don't know, let's take over the world complex, which is not bad. I don't dislike them for that. Why? Because the king of the world in Dragon Ball is a freaking dog, man. Literally. Well, he wasn't a dog before. Let's be fair, and I now turn into an alien, and I'm also in part a being from another reality. So I cannot judge him for that. But the Dragon Ball world has a king who rules over the entire world, okay? So it's not like taking over the world is somehow super evil when there's already someone who has taken over the world and is ruled by that guy. I'm not really sure about the Red Ribbon Army. I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know because they do evil stuff, but that's literally what every army does. The only reason that that they need to do evil stuff normally all the armies because that's what armies do. It's like they do evil shit. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should stop them, so I will leave it up to Goku, and Goku will maybe stop them, and I don't care. It's just politics nonsense, and I don't know what are their ideologies. I don't know anything about them. Of course, it will be better for Earth than at least technologically because they have Hero, but Hero will also brainwash people. So I prefer people to be free than to be brainwashed androids. It's a tough call there because I don't know. Androids are kind of cool, but brainwashing is not cool. So no, no. I don't know. Let Goku handle it. So Goku will eventually handle it. Let's see how. I'm going to think about that really. Dragon Balls, at least in this instance, seem to become active mm, at the turn of the next year instead of after a year or a year later because Dragon Balls starts in September of 349, but the Dragon Army is searching for them by May of the next year. So it's not possible. It's not possible that there's been a year, so it's next year each time. So they're activated. Yes, yes, the new year starts. So right now, since I search for the Dragon Balls, yes, the next day after some party to celebrate the next year, I will be. I will have 4 months before the tournament, right? So I will be learning how to fly because Bulma will say, "Hey, you should participate. You're the strongest one on Earth. You're the strongest one on Earth. You should participate, my lovey dovey," or something like that. And I will be like, "Oh." Well, yeah. Then Yamcha will start to train. Would become really strong. let's say that one doesn't want to become too strong because it's a danger. Let's say that by this time, but by the time of the tournament, 4 months later, we'll at least have a power level of 300 because it's not really trying. But still, it's training against Goku. Most of the time, it has learned how to fly and will have learned how to fly by just figuring out that energy moves. I can move energy with my mind, my own energy. My own energy can move me, so I can fly. So that way, I figured out how to fly, and then I teach Goku. Then Goku and I fly around and just train against each other. We train against each other. So this Goku is going to be a bit stronger. He was training with Master Roshi, and Master Roshi is a terrible teacher. All he did pretty much was making them deliver milk and stuff like that. They will train Goku like a Saiyan should be trained. That's by fighting all the time, not by delivering milk or stuff like that or useless stuff like that. But we will fight, not seriously, but we will fight. And Goku will have a power level by the time of the tournament of at least 180. And like I said, myself 300 because I'm holding back. I'm not really trying or anything. And yes, that is like the natural growth of the, the berserk type of Saiyan who is just doing some light exercise, something like that. I know Frieza, but still, get a lot of power up. I get a lot of power up from light exercise. Well, I love this panel. It's awesome, isn't it? Drawn by Toriyama, I guess, unless it's not the original. But awesome, really awesome. I said that he should have done that somewhere else, not blasted the car away. But it shows you just how powerful he is. Or he was at the time. Now he's 15 times more powerful and with the technique, let's say 30 times. So this Goku is going to defeat Master Roshi in the tournament. We have already learned that to feel in a very mild ascent, so a few meters from us, like Vegeta does in the Saiyan Saga, we can avoid the Ginsens from Krillin. Vegeta was Ginsen. So kind of like that. Only while the Rotoron army is sort of annoyed because someone took the Dragon Balls but didn't know who he is. It was some guy, somehow wearing a mask or something. A mask guy that they saw or stealing the single one Dragon Ball that maybe they knew where it was, but they hadn't got to it already. But the witnesses said that it was some guy who maybe looked like Saiyaman because I will have that kind of thing to really disguise myself. And while I'm not trying Goku or going around with Bulma or something, the part of me that's not Yamcha but just me, and so also some part of Yamcha that wants to do that will play superhero. And I will do it dressed like this because I find it hilarious. Because dressed like Saiyaman looks so ludicrous. So I will be Saiyaman and I will fight criminals, sort of detain them or something. And I will become fairly famous. Oh, I'm Saiyaman. I come to stop you. Something like that. Hilarious. Really hilarious. But I wouldn't do those kind of weird posture, weird dances and stuff like that. No, that's not an option. So we have finally arrived at the moment of the World Martial Arts Tournament. This time there is no Master Roshi and Jackie Chun. Because when they were on the island a couple months before that, well, Jackie Chan saw some of Yamcha's power. And aside from that, he's just normally when walking around is stronger than him than himself. So Goku doesn't need to have Jackie Chan there to know that there's people stronger than him. No. Mm, So the Turtle Hermit tried to, or Roshi tried to inappropriately touch Bulma's ass, and Yamcha somehow became enraged, even though he was just standing there, clearly enraged by his energy, but pretty much he was just eating some dinosaur meat, so something just standing there. But his power, or sort of that energy which was circling around him, white energy with that tint of green, was so powerful that made look in Piccolo as if he were a small, innocent child. It was like watching a building besides a small car. It was like a bus besides a person, or a train besides a person. It was utterly astonishing. And it was only for a moment. It only lasted for a moment. Then Yamcha mm, reabsorbed his own ki. The energy is circling all the way from his head to his feet, so on, all that aura, well, from his feet to his head, sort of like that. So all that aura, he reabsorbed all of it, and then powered on. He hid his own power, like Roshi told him to do. So, aside from the good old Turtle Hermit or Master Roshi being scared for a brief moment, for a couple of seconds, he got the point. This guy, Yamcha, he doesn't know why he's so strong exactly, but is probably what Goku needs. Someone who is always stronger than him. At least that's how it seems. It's a very tall wall that Goku needs to jump over, and to jump over, he needs to become a lot stronger. No, no, the tournament would look like here. That's probably instead of Jackie Chan, that's probably. Mm, how was it called? There's Lee there. Mm, and that guy who looked like the martial artist, like no. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's like some guy there who is good at martial arts, and probably looks like this guy is a fury, like this guy. Probably, I imagine, like good old Lee or Bruce Lee. So let's say that guy who looked like totally like him and had a voice which seemed like Bruce Lee's. So, but let's change orders. Krillin versus Ronfan, and because it's a legendary, and Nam versus this guy. I'm not sure who will win. Because this guy is quite strong. Vietnam is highly motivated, so I think that he will win. So now wins. And Krillin, it's not so affected. He's affected by her arms in a way, but he's still a kid. He manages to finally defeat her. Yes, he does. Then let's say that Goku still goes against this giant dinosaur. And this time Goku is nearly, or at least, well, nearly twice as strong. To 50% to nearly twice as strong. So he is going to defeat that Jiren guy. Jiren? Jiren? Dragon Ball? Can you imagine if it were Jiren? Like the one from the Tournament of Power just standing there. Goku going like, yeah, I can beat you. I can beat you. This guy, okay? So he fights this dinosaur. This intelligent talking dinosaur. Which sort of makes me feel bad for eating dinosaurs. But not all of them are intelligent, some of them, yes, are savage creatures, not like these ones. And the T-Rex, they're always brute creatures that just go around eating people if they can. Oh, they deserve it. No. Goodbye, Bruce Lee. Goodbye. Where aren't you? We're a good warrior. No. Then it comes to Goku versus after this. I think it was after this. Anyway, I'm going to say that's after this. This is the first fight. It doesn't matter because I don't need to use the same order because it's an aleatory event when they pick up something, right? So if you run two aleatory events twice, you get a different result. Normally. So I'm going to say that's different because that's what aleatory or random means. So now will be Goku versus Krillin, let's say. Yeah. Versus Krillin. Yes, Goku versus Krillin. And now myself versus Nom. So I pretty much punch him really softly and promise him to help me later. No, it's not a problem to provide water for his village. And he's like, well, I'm like, we'll provide water for your village. Don't worry, I have a way. He's like, how do you know? How do you know about that? And I cannot make his voice properly. How do you know about my village? Let's say in long term, I'm married of martial arts and many, and even yourself. Oh, how incredible! I never gotten out of my village. You must be a very knowledgeable man. Uh, or knowledgeable young man. Thanks. But not so much, really. Not so much. Then I push him away from the ring after some playing around and he trying to punch me and I pretended that I'm actually punching him, but really not, obviously. Or there wouldn't be an M left. And then is Goku versus Krillin. Goku defeats Krillin without any difficulty whatsoever. It wasn't, like I said, a lot stronger, so no chance. And he knows how to fly because I told him, so no way. No way. He defeats Krillin after a long fight because he wants to have some fun. And then I go against Goku. And Goku, the little bastard, he has a tail. He grow it back, so he stares at the moon, like, Goku? Goku? Uh, so everyone starts to run away, and I'm like, this is not good. But anyway, he's still kind of weak. Like 1500, 1600, not much. Because taking into account that I say that my power level, Yamcha's power level will be 300 by now. But that's when just standing around, not even trying to power up. Just for being alive, not if 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 Yamcha gets angry a little bit, and then he sort of forms a barrier of energy around him, and then absorbs back the energy after calming down, and sort of transmutes that energy into something that does not fill with rage. It doesn't affect his mind too much. He uses that power up technique, unique to Broly and some beings like that. And he's a lot more powerful. So much that I probably wouldn't know as Janja. I wouldn't know just how powerful that is because I wouldn't truly power up ever. Yes, barely so. Because I don't want to become too powerful yet till I have my next wish. Just in case. It's better if I go in a rampage. It's better if I'm not super powerful. So he turns into a giant monkey, and everyone is scared shitless of him. I'm not going to destroy the moon. I know that freaking savage. So I just punch Goku, who is in this ulcer form, and he becomes really angry and starts yelling like a maniac. And I'm like, come on, Goku! Come on! Find me! Come on, Goku! Come on! And he's like, and starts sort of trying to punch me and destroying the ring, and I bullied him for a while. The spectators come back because they realize that the giant monkey's not doing anything. He's just trying to punch that Yamcha guy who is apparently super strong. Because, I mean, he's a giant monkey and he's just like, come on. And that's all you got? Come on, that's all you got? Come on, Goku. That's all you got? Come on. Show me what you have. Fight me. Show me your true power. Because obviously Yanja now has some Saiyan instincts, so now Benjamin wants to have a proper challenge. So he's really glad now that Goku transformed. At the beginning, no. But now that Goku has his attention on him, he's sort of angered by that punch because that really hurts. Like a punch on the belly by Benjamin. Oh my gosh. After powering up, obviously. Powering up to 1800 or something. With some tiny bit of rage, then just reabsorbing the energy, like always. Otherwise, there's no point to it. You just waste it away. If it's left in the aura, it will just eventually fly away. So it's better to just absorb the thing and just try to contain it, like they do in Super. It's way more efficient. That way, it doesn't need to use rage all the time. You can just use rage, power up, keep the energy for a while, then power down when it comes down to it. Or just spend the energy. Way easier. So, the fight goes on for a while, and the ring is all destroyed. Yes. pretty much all of this, but I need to let's see if all of this looks more like giant craters, and there's this Goku just pounding on the arena. And the announcer is like, "Look at this, gentlemen! What it seems the change maybe the turn Goku turning. Let's give him a proper fight. Look at that! Oh my gosh! This is the best tournament that I have ever seen, gentlemen. Let's see and take pictures. Let's see the great Goku the giant monkey. Come on, need a proper fight. That's how you do it. Yes, yes. Oh, look how Janja, a great fighter Janja has appointed in the punch of the giant monkey. Incredible, incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that, look at that. Oh my gosh. This is the tournament. Something like that. Good old tournament guy. Oh. Great Ape Goku continues to try to punch Yamcha or Janjami, but he cannot hit him, which angers Goku even more. Also, Goku manages to hit Yamcha because Yamcha is no longer trying to avoid the impacts and he flies around the ape, which pushes Yamcha back a bit, like several meters back, but no, not enough to to have him crash against the building. Still, it is time to end the transformation, but I wouldn't want to reveal the vulnerability that Goku has. As when the tail is cut off, he will turn back into his normal form. So instead, what I do is, well, I'm going to look at it from the perspective of the announcer. Oh, it seems that the the fighter Yamcha is creating a giant ball of light. This giant ball of light is lifting a giant ape Goku. Incredible! Look at that! It's a giant ball. It's a light bigger than a car. Incredible! Oh my gosh! He'll flew away as the giant ape has been blown away by a giant ball of light. Incredible! Remarkable! No, I've never seen something like this in a tournament. This is different than the legendary Kamehameha wave. It's so new to Nick. Is the energy ball a new massive unique dose by Master Roshi again? How incredible! Incredible! I'm standing at this. Let's see what happens next. Will Goku come back? And then, oh, it seems Janja's going after Goku. The the supersonic sound of Yancha or Janjami breaking the sound barrier and forming this V shape break in the air itself goes after the Goku, the great ape Goku, who is being just blown away by the energy blast, by the blue giant ball Genki Dama style attack. It's not a Genki Dama, but it's very big because it's meant to push. So then I make a keyblade using slowly condensing my key onto a blade around, well, extending from my fingers, keyblade, and I cut off the tail. All the while I stop my attack. I pretty much punch away the giant energy ball, the giant Genki Dama style ball that was pushing away the giant ape. That way he won't get killed by it. So Goku reverts back to his naked, normal form, and I just allow him to fall back while I descend and wait for him to fall because he's right above the arena and didn't push him much. He won't fall exactly in the arena, so I will move him a tiny bit so that he falls on the right place. Sort of push him a little bit with a bit of my energy so that the wind doesn't blow him away after this kilometers long fall. 6 minutes for him to get to the ground. Nearly 2 minutes in which everyone is like, "Oh, what's up? What happened?" And then the announcer is like, "Oh, it seems Goku's coming back. Goku's coming back, gentlemen. No, he's doing very good. Now it seems that he's naked. Oh, no, incredible, incredible. Oh, the triangle transformation. It seems like Goku was forced to reverse it after that incredible attack. Let's see what's happened next, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Goku transform again. Oh, I'm flabbergasted by this." Something like that. Goku finally manages to fall back, but he's conscious now, so he ends up flying down, rather. It only takes seconds to get to the ground. Once that happens, once he wakes up, it's like in a moment he lands. He lands on the destroyed arena, and he gets a key from Krillin, who gives him his clothing and changes to another one from his monk clothing, and the fight continues. Obviously, a sort of not serious fight. Goku knows that he cannot win, and while the fight goes on, Jen explains what happened, and Goku nods, and then he readies a Kamehameha wave with his full power. Janjamin, I did the same, and then Kamehameha waves clash, sort of obliterating one to the other, so that one energy sort of compensates with the other, and they don't actually explode, but more of like shine and surprise everyone. Mm, so that's pretty much Kamehameha. That's pretty much how it ends. Because a moment later, I will be like, "Hey, Goku, let's end it." Like he will not, and then I will pretty much push him away because he will try to defend with his arm, and he will punch his arm softly and push him back. So he will end up crashing against a wall outside it, near the spectators. Nearly. Near them. That wouldn't eliminate him, but then I will just fly over him and just push him to the ground because we've been fighting for well over an hour. First, as well over half an hour as he himself, and then Great Ape, and then now back to normal, but is gone for a long time already. So pretty much it. That's for the tournament. Now I guess that someone needs to take care of the Ribbon Army, and there's the Nam issue that his village doesn't have water. But think that Goku can take care of that if he wants to, but still, I will have to do it because Goku probably right now needs to recover, and I promised Nam that I will fix it. So I need to damage the dam so that water will flow back to his village. But that's something for well, no, I'm going to do it now. Kamehameha, dam, no. Yeah, sounds weird, but I guess I should find it. No? Kamehameha dam and doesn't understand it? Oh, weird. Anyway, Kamehameha, dam. Yeah, that's the Dragon Ball. It's weird because I watched it and I thought that people would like think, hey, Kamehameha dam, and Google will, because people will think I'm posing or posing that photo or less. So I think they will be here, but no, it's not. It's weird. It's when Goku just does a Kamehameha to a dam and just breaks it down by making a giant hole on it, but not too big. Pretty much just that. It's like Goku making a Kamehameha. That's all he does to save the village the Nam lives in. He had no water because someone built the dam and redirected the water. So now Goku destroyed a millions worth project, but saved the village. So I guess it's okay then. Because I mean, yeah, yeah, save a village. Fair enough. I mean, it's not fair to leave a village without water, right? At least they could have allowed some flow or something, some beer flow. So that's how the tournament ends, and in that case, it's me or Gentami doing the make a hole on the dam kind of thing, but nothing changes much, and Nam is happy because his village will now be alright. So I just leave back to the tournament area. Or leave to the tournament area because they're probably eating by the time, so I joined them. Well, to be fair, now didn't have time to leave because I will fly really fast. I will fly really fast because Dragon Ball map, and I will get it done. So he's happy that is fixed, but he doesn't know that it's fixed. I just told him like, hey, it's fixed, done. I was like, really? Yep, it's done. It's fixed. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I didn't believe you at the beginning, but now that I know that you are so strong, I think that you will have achieved it. Seriously, he speaks like that. It's not like I'm making a joke out of him or something, which could be because there's some guy who needed water for his village, and instead of trying to bring water to his village using his strength, he just went to try to win a tournament to the other part of the world. Because the guy, where the hell does he live? What the hell? Because that map looks like shit. Seriously, looks like shit. No, it's not like it's badly done, it's because I cannot see anything. Seriously. Anyway. Yeah, you don't do that with a slow internet. Let's say this. What the hell is it anyway? I'll leave it. I'll leave it for next time. I will find that damn thing. That village where I said. I will find it. But still, it's probably in the map. It's that I can see shit with this. same image. Anyway, so the thing is that now we have to get rid of the ribbon army, but there's another thing that Bulma will know ever since a long time all about Dragon Ball. I will have told her everything. Here it is, the damn village. This is the village, and this is the tournament area, okay? He traveled all over the world. I think that this is the one. Instead of going to the nearby lake or anything like that, no. He went all over here. He could have worked as a construction worker with his incredible strength as a security guard, and he will earn money. But by trying to to win a tournament, he only gets to lose because he's not strong enough. But that guy, as a security guard, was like 20 or 30 times stronger than a normal person. He will make like, man, how much will he make warding a celebrity or something? Can you imagine that? Like he will be super rich. But he's quite a brute, so he didn't realize that like it will be so much better. He has work a normal job, but I guess he'd like to enter a tournament and he has needed an excuse for it. Who can blame him? It's really fun. So still, anyway. And now that he pretty much did something in the tournament, he will probably find a job or something. Nam guy. Like he will get like really rich. Man, I will tell him that he should just find a job as a security guard and become super rich. Because he has talent for it. He's one of the strongest in the world. So imagine that. No, Bulma, like I said, she knows everything all about Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super because I told her everything. Even that she will, she was married to Vegeta, and she's like, oh, mm, so I was married to a prince who is also a mass murderer and tried to destroy the earth. Are you sure that you were not hallucinating? Maybe you took the wrong food. And I'm like, yeah, Bulma, yeah. I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. But you see, Bulma, you are not dealing with a normal Yamcha anymore. And the Yamcha ever since you met me. And she's like, oh yeah, you told me already, you're not the average Yamcha anymore, you have become a super Yamcha. Exactly. I have become a legendary super Yamcha. Gosh, there we go again. Boom and Dragon Ball. There we go again with the legendary super Yamcha again. No, when I said for fucking Dragon Ball original. No, when she's like 40 years old. Show me the original, goddammit. Now this is it. This is what I was searching for, Google. Thank you. No, Google does a good job, but sometimes I get annoyed. Mostly because I get annoyed for nonsense. Anyway, she will now give a strategy. She will be like, well, Jan I know you don't want to destroy Europe because you want to fight those androids. Yeah, you want to fight them, I know you. I know you're ready. But I think that cell, if it is ever developed, it will be too powerful, maybe even for you. Or he will rampage and destroy everything. So I don't think that you should allow allowed that creature to be created. Perhaps you should get rid of Zero? Bulma, how are you to suggest that? Oh, come on. You were thinking of that already. Don't look at me like that. Bulma, I want to. Oh, I'm becoming a battle hungry Saiyan. Yeah, but they want to fight the androids. I want a proper challenge. Well, give me a proper challenge. But you have Broly, right? And teleport to him once you make your wish, and then there's Frieza. You could fight Frieza. Bulma, but Frieza doesn't want to fight me proper. Probably he's more into ruling. Besides, I need to kill him. And Broly. Oh, I could fight Broly. Perhaps. But is it fair to kill Jiro even though he's done nothing wrong? Oh, you have a point. My lovey dovey. Uh, yeah, I have a point, of course. I'm not the average Yamcha anymore. I'm a legendary super Yamcha. See? I've become the legend. Yeah. You'll become the legend. Why do you always say that? I don't know. I don't know. I find it funny. It's really funny. It's really funny. Bulma and Yamcha and their conversation and join the group. We're about to eat because they're still near the tournament area. Pretty much in the tournament area. So, because it's an area, so it's on. Anyway, the conversation, which has been repeated several times in the last couple of months, ends. And, Gensami doesn't need the money. He's delivered the prize money and then they go it, but he doesn't need it so much, really. I'll tell you now why. So he gives 100,000 to Goku for him to save it when he needs it for something important. Because Goku has no money, so maybe that will be useful for him. Then gives the other 200,000 to Master Roshi for his help. And another 10,000 for Krillin because he fought quite well. And finally, he ends up with 190,000 for himself, which is not a problem really. It's enough to buy himself food. Not as much food as maybe he could eat, but because supplies is quite expensive. But still, it's quite substantial. Now, I must tell you one thing that this Yamcha won't look like this, sadly. Since he has the same biology, the Broly version biology, he will be a lot bulkier after many months of having this changed biology. So he will look more attractive to Bulma, certainly, but he will have, imagine, like the Broly's arms. His arms will be like, like this. Broly's close to it. In base form, obviously. Base form Broly. More like this. His arm. So he will spend more energy and want to eat more too. Now, why did I say that Yamcha or Yamcha doesn't need money or doesn't need anymore? Apart from living in Castle Corp right now, most likely because Bulma has a lot of rooms and it's quite convenient to just live there. So it's because he's working as a superhero. Now imagine that you live in the Dragon Ball world. You're a normal person. There's weird stuff like cars that show up out of Tonkatsu or even tanks or whatever. There's fucking talking dinosaurs. Sorry, I say fucking, but I mean the talking dinosaurs, okay? And dogs that talk, but that were people transformed by some kind of substance. But the thing is that you then see a superhero, a guy dressing more like this, but with a helmet for some reason. And he's quite serious, even though he dresses like that, he doesn't do weird stuff. And he doesn't wear a cape either. He probably will look like this, but with a helmet, okay? And you see this guy lose quite fit and so on, and like Superman-like character, goes around saving people from fires and detaining criminals by handcuffing them, and he collaborates with the police in the nearby areas. Like this is West City, but he works all over here, even up to Ginger Town. So he becomes famous all over the world. There's videos about him back when he couldn't fly, and then when he could fly, and he sometimes uses those energy balls or whatever, which are pretty generic. But he does it to maybe against dinosaurs when there's a dinosaur and there's a search and kill kind of thing on a dinosaur that ate somebody, so he just does the job there, uh, painlessly sort of killing the dinosaur by a blast on the head, just bursting through. So this guy is Superman pretty much. Imagine that in the real world you see Superman and Superman starts saving people and all of that, and then Superman goes like, um, well, I have this, actually this bank account and this whatever, and I accept donations and gold and sunny and in, I don't know, in like silver or whatever. And then what will happen is that normal people will donate because they are real fans of him. Because he doesn't do this, he looks more like this. Wait, he looks more like this, so they're fans of him. But then what happens is that not only normal people would, normal particular people, but the mayor of West City, the mayor of Parsley City, which is around here, Gingertown, and others around the area, will start donating to him and pretty much telling him, hey, we donated this much, we donated this much. Why? Because they want him in their city, okay? They want him in their city because to go there and have people sort of take pictures of them and then just go around helping out against some criminal gang that's around the area. And then what will happen is that other cities which are further away, like here, there's some private mob, maybe still, maybe not, or in other areas, will ask for help and donate, and then Saiyaman will show up. So what happens is that imagine how much money he will get. Like if Superman in the real world was like, hey, I accept donations, and he were working as Superman for like several months, or 6, 7 months already. Well, let's say that's that long. Imagine how much money he will get, like tens of millions. I imagine that at least that tens of millions, because he's the only superhero. So not say 100 million maximum if we were talking about dollars, or a minimum of like 5, 10 million, maybe 100 or 200 million, because it stops like forest fires. Imagine that Superman went and stopped the forest fires that was happening in California or something. How much money will he get? I'm already saying like small numbers because I think they will get like a lot of money. In the Dragon Ball world, it's the same thing. Even though the Dragon Ball world has large population, so it's not maybe that much, but I think they will like. So but actually, Yamcha by this time is kind of becoming rich ever since he accepted donations like a couple of months ago or something. Because everyone will like donate to this guy, donate. So yeah, that's quite interesting. If Gohan only did that, oh my gosh, he would have been rich, like really rich. And wouldn't need to work in his entire life by just working as a superhero and don't and looking cool, not making weird dances and stuff like that. It wouldn't take long for everyone to realize that the winner of the martial arts tournament has the well, the hair wouldn't look like that. I will probably cut it off, so it looks more like this. But still, the face doesn't have scars or anything. Let's imagine this without scars and maybe that gear, right? So it won't take long to realize that the winner of the martial arts tournament, Yamcha, has the same height, the same arm length, most likely the same proportions, roughly. It's ludicrously powerful, so much that it is beyond current knowledge is how strong he truly is. And then there is Saiyaman, who has pretty much is in the same position, pretty much a double of him, but just dressing differently and with his face sort of covered up. So people will start to, yes, days or even hours after the tournament, yes, right there, that this guy really, at least the form of the body, the overall proportions are very similar to Saiyaman. And he's ludicrously strong on top of that. And some of them have probably read that the daughter of the Council Corporation CEO, who is fairly famous, Dr. Briefs, and the daughter, who is Bulma, is dating some guy who looks like this guy, who is probably the same guy. The same guy. So when you think about that, like some people will start to talk about that right after the tournament while they're eating. Like they will look at Yamcha and go like, hmm, maybe he's Saiyaman himself. Yeah, I don't know. Bulma will have expected that could happen, but it's alright. Yamcha me wouldn't have a big problem with it. He will eventually have to reveal it to avoid having to pretend all of his life that he's not a superhero. Doesn't have that much of a problem with it, really. But he wanted to delay it at least a year or so, but still, no problem. Not much of a problem, except for the Red Ribbon Army. They could go after Bulma, perhaps. But now let's think about something. The Red Ribbon Army has control over this area, certainly, but the man patrols this area. So the Red Ribbon Army may want to get rid of him or hire him. We'll try to hire him, but doesn't work. We'll try to buy donations, obviously. We'll try to get rid of him so they can gain control or gain bases or do stuff in this area, but they cannot do it because Yemen operates in this area. So if they mess up with him, he could go after them, which doesn't mean anything probably because their army is probably able to deal with Saiyaman, or that's what they think at least. But Jiro is not an idiot. Giro will advise, most likely at this point after months, will advise Commander Black, Commander Red. It's a stupid. It's totally stupid because a commander is below a general. So the commander being over the generals and commanding them and being called Commander Red is just inherently stupid. So he should be called more like I don't know, not president, but perhaps king, since it's Dragon Ball. So every powerful character is like a king. So anyway, that will make more sense than commander. That's just nonsensical. But now, doesn't matter. The point is that doesn't matter much, only to me. The point is that Jiro will advise this guy because Jiro is not an idiot. He's one of the few ones that around there that is not. So he will advise them to be careful because Jiro probably hasn't measured energies very well yet, but he knows about physics. So if he sees somebody like lifting a building or something, or just no, maybe not lifting, but sort of avoiding a collapsing building or doing weird stuff like that, or blowing up some yard to some kind of field to create a channel for water to flow through with explosions which look like atomic weapons, which is something that Sandman will do just to bring water to some place or whatever. That would this idiot wouldn't understand it. He just wants the Dragon Ball to be 5 centimeters. No, to be taller. No, he's not Frieza. He wants to be taller. But Jiro, even though he shouldn't be an idiot, but he probably is. But Jiro will understand it, and or others will, and he will make it even too. He may even be smart enough, most likely. If I'm going to take it in a realistic way, because I'm not doing it like Toriyama, this guy will be a genius. Because to build an army and threaten pretty much to take over the world, you need to be a very smart. I'm talking about over every 1,000 to 10,000 people at least as smart. More than the one in 10,000, let's say, one in 100,000, kind of smart at the minimum. To just be able to do something like that successfully against a world government, that's even more. So this guy will be a genius if it's up to me. But he's not because he's made by Toriyama, so he's not serious. He's not a serious character, even though he may seem like it, he's not. And I don't have anything against Toriyama's way of doing things. I'm just saying that Toriyama's characters are normally idiots because they're meant to act as funny ones normally. But still, the point is that even because it's easier, and intelligent characters are very hard to handle, impossible. So they wouldn't go against Digimon directly, but what they can do is try to not get in his way for now and find a way to get rid of him. Find a vulnerability or something like that. Like the vulnerability. What the hell? This guy here. The vulnerability of Digimon, whatever it is, could probably be Bulma. Could probably be the fact that he was a bandit, so maybe they can hire him, but they may not have money to do it because it's maybe too expensive. Maybe it is. But Jiro, what he will do is try to make an android to destroy him, but will take a while. We'll try at least. Think about it, but that is quite hard. to do. They could try kidnap Bulma and use Bulma as bargain to get Saiyaman to or Yamcha. They know that Yamcha obviously who else is going to be like seriously. They probably knew already. Why? Because the guard that the Yamcha the Yamcha will use probably was dressed as Saiyaman to get the Dragon Balls for the first time has a number on it, has in identifications and stuff like that. So as soon as they look at that, then they look at who bought the car, and they look Castle Corp, and then they look at this very strange guy is dating the daughter of Castle Corp, and he has the same body proportions, let's say, and that has weird behavior like flying away, for example, or jumping several kilometers into the air, just casually. So they will think that yes, it's definitely Yamcha, like a long time ago. A long time ago. So that wouldn't. They are not idiots, so they will figure it out. Okay, that's quite obvious. Like seriously, they will just investigate and find it out, but they won't do too much because it's not a good idea if they don't know. Plus, Yamcha is not getting in their way anyway, aside from the Dragon Balls debacle. But he didn't attack anybody. Like he just took the Dragon Balls. It's pretty much more of a proof that the Dragon Balls work because of how strong he is. He probably used the Dragon Balls to get stronger, to wish for more strength, something. Probably that's it. That's why he's so powerful. Regardless, I'm not so stupid as to allow the Red Ribbon Army to get the Dragon Balls. Or anyone else if I don't know who the hell they are. Or what are they up to. No, the Red Ribbon Army, they have this meeting and even some of them propose to find King Piccolo, have him joined to use King Piccolo as a weapon against Saiyaman. But they're not so insane, they're not Pilaf. These people are not freaking monsters. And I mean, they're kind of evil in a way, but in their own way. They're not the kind of evil like Pilaf, like the kind of stupid evil that would release King Piccolo, who is the evil who nearly destroyed mankind. And imagine that. Imagine that you are so insane, someone that's so insane to release the being who nearly destroyed mankind, just to rule over the world. And trusting that being won't destroy you either. Imagine that, like, if I weren't holding back, I would have obliterated Pilaf a long time ago. But I need him to release Piccolo. In Piccolo, if I didn't, I would have obliterated him. He's a monster. I mean, not like he wants to or anything, but the problem is that I cannot do it because if I obliterate him for putting everyone in danger, I will have to obliterate myself too if I'm being consistent because I'm doing the same thing. Like I'm a berserk Saiyan, so I'm pretty much the danger, no more than Pilaf is. I'm making fucking noise. That's this kind of noise when I speak. I hate that. Yeah, probably saliva or something. Yeah, my voice of speaking is really messed up. Then I need to clean the audio, stuff like that. It could ruin some voices, but it's necessary. Oh, damn it. Really bad. No, let's go to the point. No, I never go to the point. Find the point. No, seriously. Okay, so how would the very smart Red Ribbon Army deal with Saiyaman? I'm going to tell you how. They know that Saiyaman is Yamcha, so what they are going to do is they're going to get somebody. Well, no, I'm going to say it in another way. Somebody is going to record Yamcha, or let's say Saiyaman, turning into Yamcha after passing through some sort of obstacles, so he cannot be seen for a moment, and then Yamcha comes out on the other side, and then he's going to go to famous gang members, something like that, like famous mafia people, and he's going to be seen from a distance, like recorded in camera, like beating up some women and then getting her back into some kind of drug, like human trafficking kind of thing, and then he will kind of taste some kind of white powder that's presumably drugs, and then there will be some women whose family has peacefully disappeared, obviously being forcefully taken by the Red Ribbon Army, saying that this guy sort of beat her up, that Saiyaman himself beat her up, and he really is just Yamcha, is just a bandit, and he kidnapped her and did all that stuff to her, like really, really, really bad stuff that cannot be saved in YouTube. And she needs to say that so that the Red Ribbon Army doesn't kill her son, something like that. So then that Yamcha that I'm talking about, you already know that's not Yamcha. Obviously, it's a ploy, it's false. But he turns into some random dude who, just like Oolong and Poor, probably was in the same academy, which probably had more people and was working for the Red Ribbon Army. And then on top of that, on top of the recording, there's a lot of drugs and stuff like that, like like a lot of kilograms of white powder, which is clearly drugs, found on Yamcha's flying car right at the moment that he's in the tournament, and that's because the Red Ribbon Army probably has some sympathizers in the West City Police, and what they did was pay them like a lot of money in a sort of hidden way to get them to to plant drugs on Yamcha's flying car. So, and you may question why is that a strategy that they had already, that they're not sure if it will work or not. But why are they doing that? Because who is going to be by Yamcha's side, Yamcha's slash the Great Saiyaman? Who's going to be by his side? The press? The West City Police? No, because he's presumably, given by proof, by recordings, and by the drugs found in his car and testimonies, he's a very bad person. But who's going to believe him? Who's going to stand by his side? Who's going to be his friend in his dire moments? When probably his girlfriend just leaves him because presumably he's a really bad guy. It's going to be Commander Red. Commander Red is going to hire a lawyer. Well, he doesn't need to, but he's still going to hire a lawyer, even though Saiyaman is technically rich, to help him out and sort of help out the man he believes in, because Saiyaman is clearly a hero, and he has to protect heroes and a man of justice just like him that wants to make the world just, a world in which things like lies that the ones that they say about Saiyaman and all that corrupt police from the current regime is not anymore, so he wants to create a new world with his new police and new everything. So he will try to use that to convince Saiyaman. It may work, it may not, or it may at least make him so that he won't try to stand in his way, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And if Commander Red manages to make Saiyaman into the enemy of the current political regime and current institutions, then he will be either neutral or his friend. So right now, while they're eating the tournament, all that uh, at at then was already thought out. At least the drugs in the car and so on. The recordings are already there because they are supposedly like something that happened before the tournament, on when before the tournament, and then they will also find a woman or whatever like trapped somewhere and really beaten up and in a bad condition, and they will find these videos of this fake Yamcha like doing nasty, really bad stuff to her and to others who really will believe that Yamcha did it because he will look like it because he was transformed just as Oolong transforms. So this is well, there's going to be a big threat coming. He will believe him certainly, but there's going to be a big sort of social threat against Yamcha, the conspiracy against Yamcha and Saiyaman to take him down. Because that's how you deal with the strong. You don't attack with the strength. You attack with words. That's what with words and lies. That's how you attack the strong. Pretty much. What else are they going to do? Make You cannot destroy God, but you can make people hate God, and then God will destroy them. If you, it's not exactly God, but you understand what I mean. And you may be wondering, and they will say, like, but how is a hero like Saiyaman going to do all of that? He was stopping all those drug gangs and all those criminals. And I was like, well, he was taking out the companies. That's what they would say. Like, the West City police, paid by the Red Ribbon Army, threatened by them, and also sympathizers to a certain extent with their goals and to sort of create a new government because maybe they don't like their pension. That's going to be really small. I don't know why, but still, they they will say that he was just trying to take out the competence, and he will say like the fake Yamcha will say like I'm just taking out the my rivals or whatever, and you collaborate and even donate the money for me to found my organization, something like that. I'm a bandit after all. You will say something like that, the fake Yamcha. So that's pretty much it. Now let's continue. So before I start the next part, please remember that when I talked about power levels, I said that by the time of tournament, Yamcha will have at least a power level of 300, and Goku at least 180. At least that's where the word matters. And and Yamcha has a power level 300 not because well, that pretty much that's the minimum that he will gain just by doing pretty much nothing but flying around or whatever. But he has been doing more because Benjamin will do training to try to gain key control and absorb the wrong sort of wrathful kind of wrathfulish energy and power up, but sort of transmute it into something that is not wrathful and be able to kind of use it, kind of like bend the energy to the to Yanchami's will. So in the real power level, I calculated it later on because I didn't have the need to before because obviously why would I? It's not like also Goku stands a chance against Yamcha. Benjamin, obviously. Against Yamcha, how ludicrous that sound. Anyway, but I calculated 6,400. Because there's that key draining, retaining a lot of energy, and using wrath, using anger to raise power, and so on, and Jetstone learning to normally power up is, but not very serious, but serious enough. 6,400. And I mean just normal power up. Then with wrath and so on, just normally, but fairly controlled, fairly safe, probably 64,000. Fairly normal. So that's it. I need to say that before the next part because power levels are going to actually show up as numbers. Numbers divided by 5, so you need to divide them by 5 because Bulma wouldn't have the same standard as a Frieza, of course. We'll have the human standard, so since the average person has a power level of 5, then that's pretty much it. Okay, so see you now.